night. Let's do one more trailer, Greg. Let's watch Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. Now, this is one that I just have so much to say about this goddamn movie in this series. Let me know when you want to hit go on this one.
All right, so we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Have you seen this trailer already?
My old man.
This one, no. I don't like Final Destination. I hated it. In fact, I can't stand Final Destination.
Like and subscribe and all the.
But although even like in the beginning, there were why are we hearing the sounds of her fucking eyeballs moving around in the tongue and stuff? These movies freak me out, man. I've talked about it so much on the show that this franchise traumatized me. And of course, okay, I did see this clip because before they dropped the trailer, they posted a video of just the fans whirring around, and everybody was like, "What's that all about?" So I know that there's going to be something happening there. Of course, you got to have death.
Turn this down a little bit.
Right.
Like, the algorithms don't understand what a reaction or a critique video is. They just automatically assume that we're posting the whole song.
Also, this guy being, it's like a tattoo parlor is already a creepy place that I kind of don't want to be anyway. But the showing like the needle beating on the skin and the Rube Goldberg machines, Greg. These movies are Rube Goldberg machines, except you die at the end of them.
The thing is about the first two Final Destination movies were so iconic because they were just so new and different. Oh come on, really? Come on. No. Astronomical odds. No.
Oh, that's so disgusting. I don't even have a piercing anymore. That is. Oh, good lord. Ah, God. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, they've made the cardinal mistake, Donovan, that a lot of horror movies get into later in their life.
Jesus, did they?
Now it's just about the kills. That's it.
That's Final Destination. It's always been about the kills.
Like
it's the one series. It's only about the kills.
This is the trailer you're gonna show. This kill is so lame.
Greg, what is the first Final Destination about other than a bunch of teenagers dying in organized fashion?
Right, correct, but it's finding out what's going on, and it's the type and ways they die, right? That comes into. But
that's
now,
this too.
But you're right. That's 1 and 2, but then 3 and now 4 just get like over the other 2. It's just
they're no different. They're identical movies.
Who cares about the story? Just show me the kills. Just cut out all the talking and just show the kills.
The first one didn't care about the story. The fifth one actually had a decent story because it ended up being a prequel to the first one. But this is the one horror series that it sells itself as about kills. They say the end death runs in the family. Also, it's worth mentioning that like Final Destination is about people having premonitions and seeing visions. So we don't even know if this kill actually even happens. I mean, for all we know, this could be how the movie starts, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I just had a vision. I got to get out of the shop, or else I'm gonna die in some terrible accident." I don't know. For one, I'm glad that the trailer only focuses on one scene because I was worried that it was gonna be like they were gonna show us a bunch of different scenes, and that would kind of give away like some of the kills. Because like I mentioned, the Rube Goldberg machines, right? They put you in a setting, and you're like, okay, I know this guy's gonna die in the tattoo parlor. But it's a fucking tattoo parlor, so is the needle gonna go into his eyeball? Is he gonna, smash his head on a table of piercings or something? And of course, he ends up getting his nose snatched and getting burned alive. But that's the appeal of it. So I mean, I like the fact that if I just watch this trailer and go into the movie, I know nothing, absolutely nothing about it, other than the fact that the scene happens.
I think the best kills in the series are the ones that happen unexpectedly in ways you're not expecting. But this one, like, this is what kills it for me right here. The chain swings down and hits his nose. Like, I mean, come on, like a log on a truck.
Final Destination.
A log on a truck, sure, right? A piece of metal flying up from nowhere. That's fine too. A bus hitting you. That's like it goes on too long. Like it's just I don't know.
But that's the whole gimmick of Final Destination. That's that they're all so improbable and unlikely to happen. The plane exploding in the first one, the roller coaster, everyone dying on a roller coaster. That hasn't happened in decades in real life. They're all unlikely. There's a death in one of these movies where somebody's walking in through like Home Depot and a bunch of needles, all the guns fire at once, and they just get shot with a bunch of needle guns.
Yeah, see,
That's
like,
never gonna happen.
It's gotten
But
too crazy. I mean, I liked it better. Like even I
That's
think
Final Destination.
I think the first two movies have like had like that lower bar of like, you know, we don't need a 5-minute build up to something. We just gonna like the guys arguing about it and the train's going by because they thought they're gonna hit by the train, right? And it psyched you out, and then like the piece of metal flies off and kills them, and it could have killed him anywhere. But that's like a oh shit moment, right? Like you weren't like you thought they were gonna die at the train, and then they mislead and they do this. And I think now it's just like there was just thing is like overthinking, right? Overthinking a kill, and like this scene is overthought. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's a balance, I think, and I think that there's always been a balance in these movies. Some of the kills in Final Destination, they are out of nowhere. What the fuck just happened? Kills.
Yes,
like when the guy backs up into the street and gets hit by the bus, and you aren't even expecting anything to happen.
Yes.
Sure, or the guy stands up on the roller coaster and gets his head cut off. Those happen, but the series also does the very drawn out, tension building deaths, like the sauna in 3. Where the like 2 women are in the sauna and it gets stuck, and then the lotion hits the wires and they all get cranked up to 1,000 degrees, and it goes on for like 5 minutes before these women actually burn alive. But they do both. They give you both because it's about the paranoia. It's like the feeling of dread of like the inescapable terror of like this situation is going to end badly. I think is it 5 or 4 where they're like the guy's in the eye doctor, right? And it's like the whole time they're like giving you close-ups on his fucking retina and his pupil and the needles moving all across his face. And you're just scratching your chair waiting for him to get like impaled in the eyeball. And then he eventually makes it out, and then they're doing like construction on the building, and like a glass pane falls and like crushes him outside. It's Ooh. I'm choking there. But it's all about like, you know, building up the expectation, mess with what you think is gonna happen. I'm sure this movie will have that's like that too, I suppose. I also think it's worth mentioning that Tony Todd is gonna be in this movie. He died like a couple months ago. We talked about it, but he was in a bunch of the Final Destination movies as like the fan theory is that he's like death himself because he's always like different characters when he shows up. But I think this is going to be his last movie, which is very fitting, ironically. But I'm excited that he's going to be in it because he's a staple of this franchise.
I definitely like. I mean, you would agree with me on this, Donovan. It's a horror movie. It's a horror franchise. You'd call it horror, right? It's
terrifying horror franchise.
Yeah, it's definitely horror. Yeah,
full horror.
I don't know. Like, I think like the horror defines a generation of like things that you do every day. That those are ones that really hit home, right? Going on an airplane, or the one that will haunt me forever is it's the second one, right? With the log truck. Like, you know?
Yes,
that's the one. That's like, it's the everyday stuff that people do every day. Like you said, going to the doctor, right? And I think the more relatable the scenario is, the more believable it is, and the more terrifying it is, right? So I just don't like, I don't know, like there's a lot of moving pieces to all the kills, but this one specifically we saw in the trailer, I'm not sold on it. You know what I mean? I'm not sold on it. But I've never seen that Final Destination after 2. So like I've never seen 3, 4, or 5.
You should watch 5. You should watch Final Destination 5. That one is not only like good, but it has like it is very secretly a clever movie. And I say this to somebody who doesn't even like the series. Final Destination 5, when it ends, you are actually like, oh shit, okay. It has like a very clever way that it ties the whole fucking franchise mythos together. And it's like the 5th sequel, and you're like, story has gone out the window at this point, surely. No, but the way Final Destination 5 ends, it is like more clever than it had any right being. So I could say you could probably skip 3 and 4 altogether. 3 was the one that traumatized me as a kid, but 5, which was the last one, I think it was 2011 is like sneaky good. It's sneaky good. I watched it for the first time a couple years ago, and actually thought it was good. TJ says, Final Destination 5 has the gymnast that gets got because another gymnast steps on a perfectly placed screw, falls off, knocks a talc bag into a fan that blasts the actual victim and makes her fall. Yeah, and then her body like splits in half because of the way she lands. And that's another iconic kill. Yeah, that takes like 7 minutes to happen, but it is very creepy and upsetting and disturbing. And the image of her falling is still burned into my brain. Yeah, like I said, I was 8 years old in the year 2006 when Final Destination 3 came out, and my family went to the movie theater. And you know, this was like back in the day.
Wait, you were 8 and saw Final Destination 3 at 8?
At 8, Greg. 2006.
I need to seriously sit down and talk with your dad. Like, this is your cinema exposure at these ages are very concerning to me.
Here's what happened though. So I say back in the day, which I know me calling 2006 back in the day is going to make some people cringe, but it was for me, goddammit. But the thing about going to the movies back then was like, and I let me know if you guys did this too, Greg. Sometimes you would go to the movies and not know what was showing. Like you wouldn't look at your phone and find the run times and be like, oh, we're gonna go see Iron Man at 7:20
Right.
p.m. A lot of times it was just like, oh, it's Friday night, we've got a free evening, let's go to the movies. And we would go, and when we got there, we would see on the marquee, be like, oh, this is playing in 30 minutes, this starts in an hour, this starts in 5 minutes, and we would decide what we wanted to see, how long we were willing to wait. That's how it worked. You'd go and find out at the movie theater what you wanted to see and when. So that's what we did. We just went one Friday night, and we got there, and opening that night was Final Destination 3, and they had posters for it, but they had like in the theater, Greg, they had like caution tape on the walls. They had like skulls. They had like demons like flying around from dangling from the ceiling. I mean, it was getting like the fucking Barbie Avengers treatment for Final Destination 3. Um, and then there was like Big Mama's House, or like Big Mama's House 2, I think might have been playing the Martin Lawrence comedy. And my dad was like, "All right, let's vote." And I was like,
Let's
I don't like-
vote.
"Yeah." I was like, I don't like scary movies, so I would prefer to watch Big Mama's House 2. And then my brothers, who like scary movies, they're both like, let's go see Final Destination. And my dad's like, yeah, let's do Final Destination. And I'm like, outvoted. And we went in, and I remember walking down like the hallway to get in the auditorium, and I was like, I might die in here. I was like, this might be where my life ends.
You're not appropriate.
No, no, not
appropriate
appropriate
at all.
No.
Oh my
And that movie gave me a fear of roller coasters. I still don't ride roller coasters. I've ridden a roller coaster maybe 3 times in my life, since I saw that movie. And
I'm not a big
I
adrenaline
took me
junkie
forever
either, but it's
getting-
not because of Final Destination 3, just because I'm not an adrenaline junkie.
That's fair. I'm
Adrenaline
not
is a
either.
thing that kicks in when you're in trouble or when you need to get survival mode on. Like, I don't like triggering it. It's not something that should be
Yeah.
enjoyed. It's very weird. My wife likes roller coasters. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Hey, wait. She can have all the fun. So yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines comes out this year. I'll probably check it out just because at this point in my life, I love horror movies and I'm fascinated by seeing what's new and what's interesting. But I might not freaking like it. But Greg, that is going to conclude our stacked trailer reaction extravaganza.
And that's not even the
Woo, woo, woo,
Smurfs.
woo, woo,
We didn't even see this.
woo.
We didn't even see the Smurfs
Yeah.
there.
We didn't even look at Rihanna's Smurfs movie. Anywho, remember to follow the stream, guys. We appreciate everyone jumping in, hanging out.